Welcome to the channel today, everybody. It's a little bit different theme for today. Yeah. We had plans for the weekend, they fell through, so last minute I said to Blake, I'm like, hey, you want to take our dual sport bikes and go hit the Jeep trails? Because on off-road tires and super soft suspension on sandy trails.
Sounds like a great idea to me.
It turns out it might not be the best idea, but if I've learned anything, if you just close your eyes and give it a lot of gas, it'll usually do okay.
Yeah.
So we took off from the shop. We have two DR650 Suzukis. Both are virtually bone stock, minus cup holders and phone mounts. Other than that, they are stock style tires, stock exhaust, stock motor, stock suspension. They're, I think, grips we've changed, but that's about it.
Yeah.
We haven't changed much on these bikes. We've ridden them down in Florida, but it's almost always been on road. So today we're going to test them out off road. We're going to hit some trails. We're going to stay off the tight technical single track because any of the guys riding those trails might not appreciate us being in their way. Just kind of screw off. We'll go to town and get some dinner, and we don't really know what we're doing. We just took off for a couple days.
Yep.
So I guess overall, I kind of really want to know what this DR650 can do in the trails. A lot of the guys online refer to it as like the mountain goat. It'll just kind of do anything, but it doesn't do anything. It doesn't do any one thing great, but it'll kind of do everything. So they're tall, they're heavy, they got steel gas tanks, the center of gravity is really high on these things.
Yeah.
But I think the fun factor will be more impressive.
Yes.
We have race bikes, we have bikes that are way better suited for this. That doesn't sound fun though. That doesn't sound fun at all. Half the fun is being able to do it, not destroy the stupid thing and being able to ride back home.
Yeah. Kind of like your Jeep trips out west.
Yeah, yeah. Self-preservation is a real concern. I will say, I've already hit the dirt once. Not me personally, my bike just fell over. Kickstand, sand, it happens.
I've stalled twice, but we ignore those.
Yeah, those don't count. If I didn't see it, it's not on video, it didn't happen. Let's go play on these bikes and see what they'll do.
Let's go.
Well, we've been buzzing along for quite some time now. We started south of West Branch and kind of dipped in on a whole bunch of trails. We're using the Onyx off-road maps. Hit a whole bunch of trails, went down around by a place called Durham Lake, and then we headed north up in towards St. Helens, all on the trails as well. A lot of these trails are really wide for like side-by-side UTV type crap, and they're really whooped out. So the whole time we're just pinned out, keeping the RPMs high, riding the gear just a touch high to keep the front wheel up so it doesn't want to knife in the sand. Luckily, we have a lot of experience racing motocross over the years, so it's really not a big deal for us. I equate this to like a John Deere tractor. It just trucks along no matter what you do. It's not super picky what gear it's in. It'll has enough power and torque to pull the bike, and if you're like too high of a gear, but it'll scream out and run really well if you're in like a lower gear. So you can kind of ride wherever your comfort zone is. I'm actually surprised how well it does, especially with an on-off-road dual sport tire. I expected it to be horrible. There's a bunch of slick, muddy spots. It's been raining for a couple days. I'm actually beyond impressed. It's top heavy, it's slow. It's got really cushy suspension and seats, which actually might be a good thing for what we're doing. I'm gonna show you a little bit about the bike, and we're gonna keep hitting some trails. We've got about 200 miles in. I think we're gonna probably hit another 50, 60 more today. Might go play some disc golf and find a cool place for dinner. So this is Blake's bike. It is a 09 DR650. He's got just over 4,000 miles on it. Mine over there is...
It's a 17.
17. I couldn't remember. So mine's a 17. His is an 09. I got 1,000 miles more. Seriously, other than like we have mob armor is what we use for our phone mounts, Amazon cup holders, because a lot of times we just use these as pit bikes, and so being that we use them as pit bikes, nice to have water. He had a factory rack on his that the previous owner had, so we added a rig gear bag. On mine, I bought a rack. It's just a cheap Amazon piece of crap, or eBay, I don't remember where I bought it.
That was Amazon.
And then I've had the bag for quite a few years. It's transferred from several different bikes. Same thing, just got our mob armor phone mount. I did wire these all up so that they have phone chargers on them. And I originally thought I wanted to do some lowering foot pegs, but I ride mostly standing up, and it allows me to be quite vertical on the bike, which keeps me in really good control. So far, quite happy. All right, so it's been kind of rainy and drizzly most of the day, but not like raining, mostly just drizzly. And we found a bunch of 2 tracks that head us back towards West Branch. It's noon. We're gonna want lunch soon. And then in a couple hours, the drizzle's supposed to stop. And we'll go play some disc golf.
Absolutely, let's go play disc golf.
So we know these bikes are not made for actual trails, let alone it's been raining for 2 days. So a lot of spots are kind of slippery. And talking with my brother before this whole adventure started, I was kind of laughing. I was like, you know, these DR650s are kind of tall. I bet you Blake's the first one to take a soil sample on this trip. I'll admit it, I was wrong. It was me. I actually slipped in this mud, crashed right there. It high-sided me. I landed up there. Luckily, it's all sand. Didn't hurt. Not even my pride a little, because I got up laughing. And Blake was laughing the whole entire damn time. Literally, it's all I could hear was him giggling in my helmet because we have intercoms.
It's hard not to when I just see my dad go, woo!
So the only damage, sacrificed a blinker to the gods. No big deal, because actually he's got low profile LED lights on his, and I kind of like them. So it gives me a good excuse to upgrade my lights, I suppose. But for the most part, no real damage, no scratches. Nope. It was actually, we were probably only doing 20, 25 mile an hour.
Oh yeah, we weren't even going that fast.
Yeah, we had just took off, so. And the GoPro survived the crash, as you saw. So we're still using the same GoPro. There's no longer a mount on his bike. It did not make it, so we're stuck on using my bike now.
Not sorry.